But this is the strength of having way too much of this. Hey everybody, I'm Griffin here, and welcome back to Loop Hero. So we learned last time that I can window the screen, and that will cause the game to continue to run while I'm doing other things. And that's been the biggest hang-up for me since we started. Because obviously we've already been in this run for a while now, but the problem is I want to see how far this can go, and I do. I want to see how far this can go. The big thing here, though, is that I want to fast forward it, but the way that it works, I'd either have to leave it sit or only be doing Loop Hero, and that is very difficult when I literally just want this to run for, like, I don't know, another 3 hours or something. I have no idea how much longer we're going to be able to last, so I'm just going to be recording this and fast forwarding after this point. I might, slow it back down for level up, for finding prime matter. I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to be keeping an eye on stuff, but very loosely, so I wouldn't expect anything to be, going, or be very obvious. So yeah, I'm just gonna hit continue here, and then I'm just gonna be muting my mic. And I've got some other stuff that I'm gonna be doing here that should allow for me to just, do other stuff and see what's up. Although maybe, I guess I can kind of move it up a little bit. This is about as full screen as I can get it for me. It still looks perfectly fine to you guys, which is great. So yeah, I'm gonna be, checking items here and there, things like that. And we're just gonna go from there and see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself and get this started. So that actually didn't take very long. But that's because we died. We didn't kill that fast enough. So that's the downside of this style of run. Unfortunately. Believe it or not. Let me swing this back over to my main screen. Yeah, it only took 20 minutes. I'm probably still going to fast forward it just because I said I was going to, and that way it's a little bit less of a spoiler. But yeah, we don't have any more resurrection charges or anything like that. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and real fast. Oh, I can't hit these here. So we're gonna hit the take all button, because why wouldn't I? That's why we have all those skulls. Oh, we get credits. Cool. No, I like the credits. Okay, this is not anything that we've done. Mostly because we're being followed by skeletons. So yeah, we beat that. I'm trying to figure out if anything reasonable is going to get built here or not. We do have the burning forest from the lightning shenanigans. I do have my eye tracker turned off, but that's because the way this is all set up. Basically, if I have it on an off screen and I'm looking at stuff on my main screen, that's where the eye tracker exists. So yeah, weird stuff would have happened. Yeah, we're gonna have a butt ton of resources. Well, more accurately, we're gonna find out what the cap on all our resources is. Why would you ever build like this? We're like, some things I understand, but that one's a bit weird. So yeah, if you're looking to go for a truly long run, you don't include battlegrounds, I think. So that you can't accidentally die to that. It's one of the Prime Matter has definitely gotten to its killing blow before. We just didn't have a skeleton that took the hit this time. Honestly surprising, but also not surprising. As they're scaling, they get harder to kill before their 6th attack, so... This looks like a deck that has literally everything in it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The fact that this only lasted 20 minutes, a little surprising, but it works out. It's good that I'm paying attention, right? Is this world going to fill up before, or well, I guess that's probably the timer on the credits. But yeah, I usually use the credits to describe, you know, whether or how much I like the game, more often than not. And I do enjoy Loop Hero. I think it's a fun game. I think it has some of its own issues, mostly because I feel like I broke the game by playing as Necromancer. And I feel like the same thing is not achievable with Warrior or Rogue. But this is also possible. It is also possible that those classes don't fully resonate with the way that I play the game. I feel like that's more accurate than anything else, personally. Like, I play this game in an interesting... Well, I don't think it's particularly different than most people, but the way that I play the game doesn't, you know, that doesn't seem to mix with certain things. But overall, I enjoy. Oh, I guess that's the way to skip, isn't it? Achievement unlocked. Can't see it because we're not in full screen. I can just check. Make a puzzle. Which one is that? I'm looking. I want to see what it is. Okay, this is not... Okay, make a puzzle. Find all possible types of resource. Alright. So we... Oh my lord, I guess there really aren't caps for many things. Or the caps are incredibly high. We haven't built an alchemist tent, so there's that. Do you know that hydrogen is the most simple and common element in the universe? And do you know that not knowing this fact doesn't make you a bad person? Don't be afraid to learn, my friend. That's what I mean. Not knowing something is not a crime. The crime is not trying to learn anything. And look what you can achieve with science, alchemical transformation of matter, creating one from another, something you don't have from something you do have. It's brilliant. So now you're where to go if you need a good old alchemical transformation or a nice cup of tea and an interesting conversation, of course. Cool, so we can turn stuff into other stuff. We have every form, so I'm assuming that those are... Oh, I bet you that's just hydrogen, isn't it? Alright, so we got the most of this, so let's decompose one. We got 25 hydrogen. Okay. Oh, we have to decompose one of everything to find out how much it is. I'm gonna guess they're all 25. Those are 100, that makes sense. Okay, decompose one of those so that I don't have to decompose the whole thing. That actually makes more sense. There are achievements, by the way, to just mess with everything. But yeah. It's like crafting and dismantling. Okay, synthesize 5 resources with alchemy. Synthesize 100. Transmute 50 into hydrogen. See the world and not die. See all possible tiles. So get 10 orange items in exchange for the trophies. And oh, that's something else. Alright, anyway. We still haven't built all of the camp buildings. We haven't built any mud huts. And now we have. We're one step closer to proudly calling our humble camp a village, even though it's just a shelter half covered in mud. But we are really grateful. People are very exhausted, both physically and mentally. Some private space to call a home will bring some happiness. Ah, a real temple of knowledge, the best temple of all. Getting new knowledge, cramming and exercising your memory, well, your muscle memory at least. I feel very sorry for the study of geography, though. Now you can learn the whole discipline in just a few hours. So we can't possibly upgrade that. Okay, gives us... You can't even imagine how happy the people are. Just yesterday the walls of their shelters were made from mud, and now they live in actual houses. Can I be considered the mayor now? Easy there, we can handle the apocalypse, but not another politician. Okay, we are running a little short on these, and I guess food as well. Can resurrect the hero after an upgrade. I was looking at the people. At first they were lying down, and then they started getting up, walking, bringing coffee. Convenient. I can look after you too. You don't need to lie down. You must go. So now I can resurrect. So now I can get that achievement of resurrecting 3 times. I have to use the one from the crypt, I have to use the one from here, and I have to use the one, what's the other one? Oh, this is gonna use up most of my stone if I do this upgrade. I bet you it's more HP after revival. Weirdly, I don't want to upgrade these. Alright, let's real fast look at our supply. Which of these are useful? Not useful, not useful. That actually is useful. That is also useful. I mean, that's arguably useful. I don't think the bed gives max HP because that would be insane. But okay, one sec. We're gonna do this the fun way. The entry literally just says plus 1% HP. Okay, see, this is... So I don't know... I don't know what language the developers speak. But that's mostly because there seems to be a good number of typos that show up occasionally in, like, side things. But the more important part is that they didn't, like, the bed is probably the most confusing item that I've found thus far. But really it's more like I need to test stuff, right? Like this one makes sense. +1 to max number of potions. Beautiful. +1% HP for passing the campfire, but max HP is lowered by 2% from the base amount. Normally, I would assume that that is a healing thing. You have 2% less max HP, but you heal 1 extra percentage of HP when you pass the campfire. Beautiful. But that's plus HP. This is +1 times loop HP for passing the campfire. Once again, I would assume that's healing. +1 to max number of potions. We've already seen that one. That makes sense. +1 to max HP for every whole resource gained during this expedition. Okay, we have a consistency. It does say +1 to HP or +1 to max HP. But then we look at this. +1 HP after killing an enemy. Okay, I would assume that's healing. But then we look at... Oh, we got suburbs? Huh. Can only be placed next to other suburbs if they are present. Increases the experience gained from killing enemies by 1. I don't know how much that really affects things. Anyway, we look at the ancient crypt and it says +3 HP for every enemy with a soul killed. That's +3 max HP, guys. We know this. We've experimented with this. We are 100% certain about this. So now we have no idea when you gain max HP and when you don't. When it's healing. So yeah. Whoops. Like, there's nothing we can do about this. I don't know what does give max HP and what doesn't. I really don't. Which means we're just kind of screwed. Alright. So yeah, that is basically what I just call unfortunate. So here's the fun part. I'm never going to use storm temples. I'm not really gonna use... I mean, these are like okay, but... See, this is our limiting factor here. For crafting. Nothing else is really a limiting factor here. Got another achievement. Easier than making. I believe that's dismantling stuff. Yeah. Alright. We can upgrade this more, by the way. I'm gonna do it. I can still go further. That's a real mansion. Just recently we couldn't have dreamt about something like this, and now we just live here, all provided for. You know, you should really talk to the people more often, or the man who gave them all this stability is going to become just a vague image for them. Some hero that's always off on his quest that they know nothing about. But you do remember my heroic deeds, right? What deeds? We can just keep going. You think you'll be able to build yourself a mansion like this when it's over, to live a normal life? That's too far in the future. I still don't know how to piece the world together, and I'm not sure I will ever be able to find out. You built such a settlement for all these people. The fact alone is a miracle. Every person in this camp believes that you'll be able to save the world. I'm being sincere, no kidding this time. Ah. It's how many slots it gives, potentially, and max. So it really only gives us 3 slots, but it means that we could stack heavier in various ways. Fine now, I'm starting to believe that you're fencing and not chopping wood. Chopping wood has worked quite well for me so far. And who will you complain to when it stops? You should always think ahead. So don't speak so bluntly. You know what? Let's go over blunt weapons again. Fine, fine. 20 more times and this training session is over. You're ahead of schedule, hero. We have a schedule, but I thought that we were just training till I dropped dead. Aha, good joke. There's a schedule. You're just usually unconscious when I talk about it. So we're just improving camp slots right now. But that looks like it's max. I'm impressed. Even these new training devices are no match for you. Just remember, when you relax even a little, you lose everything you worked so hard to achieve. So I'll be waiting for you in our next training session, and bring something to have with tea. Well, I never thought that my humble tent would grow this much. Drawing so much attention to myself is a bit awkward. For this, I'll tell you my trademark recipe. It's difficult and treacherous. Many cooks have laid down their knives trying to master it. That's actually a really good joke. Boil some water, throw in some meat dumplings. When they float up, it's time to serve them. Go now and use this knowledge for the greater good. Oh, that's max now. Rest before fighting the boss, right? I forgot about that. So yeah, we still have some things to upgrade here. Obviously we can maybe upgrade these. That noise is kind of annoying. What can we even build right now? Anything? We could build another lumberjack, we could build another forest. I don't think we're hurting for wood. I think the thing is preserved rock is what we're really hurting for right now. There's one thing we don't have. feel like it's a wheat field modification. I haven't placed that one. I could do a very quick yeah, we haven't seen every enemy. There's 4 enemies we haven't seen yet. There's a lot of items we haven't seen. So we just go ahead and do this. Spawns a skeleton every 3 days. I feel like this is a modification of wheat fields. I would love to read all of these. I just feel like I don't have time. I'm pretty sure I can just unlock all of this without feeling bad, basically. Getting achievements. So we really want to look here and see, like, we want preserved rock from preserved pebbles. Which I don't expect to actually be. I don't think there's an enemy that gives it to us. Time shards. They do give time shards. Lots of living fabric. See, interesting, the gargoyles give us craft fragments. Oh my, we're just unlocking everything. Wait, a dark slime. When did I get a dark slime? I legitimately have no idea where I found where I saw a dark slime. You gotta kill him a lot more times, methinks. Oh, we can just check here. Rocks and mountain cards drops from some enemies. Alternatively, we just mince a bunch of stuff. I do like how it like gilds them when you unlock. I also kind of wish I wasn't doing this en masse because that would allow me to read them. I mean, cheese is really good, I think. See, this one says +2 max HP. I'm telling you, man, it's difficult. I really don't know what some of them do. Alright, so we've got some stuff that we haven't seen yet. I have a feeling that these are... So, like, we wouldn't have gotten Oasis, so I'm wondering if, like, the river being next to rocks and mountains might do something. Oh, right, that's just the big mountain when you put enough adjacent to each other. I don't know, maybe I'll look them up and see what they are. We obviously know what that one is, I just actually have to take the time to go do it. Oh, right, and it gilds that entire thing when the entire thing is gilded. So the fun part is that when it comes to alchemy, like... This is pretty obviously, like, a resource that I should be spending. I have so much of it. I got an achievement that's don't breathe in. So yeah. This isn't updating, but, actually it is. I'm looking at the research. So basically, if I want to do some crafting, I need to build this. Oh, that's new. 3% of damage becomes damage to all. That feels good. Like that feels good. Okay. All right. Okay. That's new. Oh, neat. I like that. Oh, that's pretty neat too. Alright, so if I were to go to my supply, like I want to use that, I want to use this, I want to use this. I don't know if that's healing or not, so we'll see. Does it tell me how much of my limit I'm using? I don't know. So we can also, actually, I don't think the encyclopedia is going to tell me which type of things I'm missing. But I do think that I'm also going to be able to start mincing down my book of memories. It's a guess. But it means that, yeah, we can chug through these something fierce. It's just gonna take a while, is the thing. Actually, what I could do is I could look at what it takes to upgrade. I need, yeah, okay, that's exactly what I expected, actually. More vials means more potions. Every sip increases your chances of coming back in one piece and bringing along some more ingredients, of course. Oh, nice. Do you know that herbs don't always have healing abilities? Yeah, sometimes your potions don't help me at all. That's not what I'm talking about. With the right dosage, you can turn a medicine into a poison. That's the duality of life itself. Something that you consider evil can also be good for another point of view. Don't sweat it. It's not like you'll be facing such dilemmas anytime soon, right? Apparently it just changes wildly the resources that upgrade it. Oh, whoops. No, I skipped that on accident. I hit the X and I couldn't undo it. Gonna have to burn it down. Alright, what do we need to upgrade this? That doesn't surprise me at all. But this is the strength of having way too much of this. You stand up and walk, but you're limping. Not good. Locals told me how one can stop limping so much. It'll be better now, trust me. Oh wow, okay, we just need a butt ton of stone, it seems. I can't do this faster? That's about the only downside, is now I'm clicking with both of my fingers. So I need 52 of these. And I'm 100% sure that I'm gonna need more. It says still not gold. That's the achievement we just got. This is a grave. Unusual. A wizard was lying here, but he left by himself. No help from me. He left a book behind. Could be useful. I say 25%. Alright, we need 3 more of those and 69 of those. That feels like it was a meme. Alright, so we need to do some mulching. So 65 times 50 is 3,250, so that's how many of this. That's how much hydrogen we need. It is technically less efficient to do it this way, but I don't think it really matters. Never had any ambitions, that's why I never thought I'd be able to attain such a skill. It seems the sincere care for others actually can change a person. Thank you, hero. Sorry for the long speech. Can revive the hero with 80% HP once during an expedition. Passing through the cemetery grants you a memory fragment. So we got most stuff upgraded. And obviously we could upgrade these things a little bit more, but oh gosh, we need food. I don't know, it just doesn't seem worth it to me. I wonder if there's a limit to the number of houses we can have. Because at this point, all we need to do is just craft stuff. Like, we could mulch a bunch of this stuff. So it's expensive to craft these, so... craft some furniture. Oh, nice. Ah, if you already have regeneration, it increases your regeneration. The same with the vampirism. You have to already have the stat to get it. Which is kind of unfortunate, but honestly, it's not that bad. Oh, did we really get nothing new? Oh no, the stool's new. With everything else around it gilded, it was hard to see that it wasn't gilded. So yeah, it looks like we need to figure out what this is, what those are, what those are. We know what that is. I mean, honestly, I could just I don't ever actually see this as being particularly useful. Like I'm not actually trying here, so like it's silly. I just put it down so that I could put it down, and I'm gonna hit the retreat button when we're done. Like, I could just hit the retreat button and it wouldn't matter here. But I'm gonna be a good boy and wait until we can retreat, and then just retreat. Technically, I think I do need to run through a base map. Look at that, problem solved. Now I just have to not mess up and bring it next time. Alright, so yeah, we've got some stuff to do still. We have a couple enemies. 5? 4? 4. Got 4 enemies we haven't seen yet. I imagine that they have to do with... I know that one of them is off of... So I'm gonna... I'm okay with the temporal beacon. The river forest is good. I guess this being next to rivers could be useful. And I also need the Smith's Forge and the Bookery. Maybe no, I think I want the cocoons still. I still think the cocoons are good. Maybe I'm crazy. I've fought a mosquito, right? Yeah, okay. I do wonder if there's something with the swamps being next to rivers or something like that. Like, I have a feeling that's probably what it is. But yeah, we've only got a little bit left. I don't know what was selected. It was like the miner's pick. Where even is that? Am I blind? I think this is a bug. Because I don't have a pick unlocked, and I just got its article. I think it's the first one. It's the miner's pick. So yeah. Whoops. It's a game bug, yay. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. We've barely scratched an hour. I think that's a good place to stop. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Definitely, like, well, I guess we've hit an hour, but since I'm fast-forwarding the first 20 minutes, I don't know how long it's been. Probably a little bit, probably around 45. I don't know how much faster I'll make it go. But either way, definitely a little bit, like, anticlimactic from where it could go. But hey, that happens. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you next time. And until then, keep your gears turning.